And number 8 shark first became famous as a result of the dramatic images of dozens of them lining up to take chunks out of a floating whale carcass in the pioneering film Blue Water White Death. That, I suppose, was the first real glimpse of the oceanic whitetip in all its frenzied glory. It's also one of a few sharks which even experienced divers can find a little unnerving, especially when you see those big patchy white fins like aeroplane wings gliding right towards you.
The oceanic whitetip is definitely one of the top open water predators.
They, to me, although I've heard the reputation, they, to me, are just a very powerful, graceful, beautiful shark. I love seeing them.
Well, I think it's one of the most graceful looking sharks because of the long, rounded fins. The coloration of the white tips on the fins is quite striking. And the fact that they're often pilot fish accompanying it gives it a sort of a carnival atmosphere.
The oceanic whitetip is a huge shark, very majestic, very graceful. It has these huge pectoral fins that almost look like aeroplane wings.
The fins are very rounded, and it just has that mean grin on its face, which just says, I'm going to attack you.
They are aggressive, or they are thought to be aggressive, and there's certainly well-documented cases of aggression from oceanic whitetips. They're also thought to be responsible for attacking people when there have been plane crashes or boats sinking out in the deep waters. But we know that you can dive safely with them. You have to respect them, though. They are potentially a dangerous shark.
Aggressive. Curious, very curious, no fear.
The oceanic whitetip, I believe it's a fearless shark. It's quite unnerving to be swimming in the deep ocean with sharks that are so fearless.
The most dangerous sharks in the ocean are far more timid and far more cautious than an oceanic whitetip.
I was in Palau and I was diving off Blue Corner, and suddenly the atmosphere changed on the reef. The fish seemed to suddenly be darting everywhere. You could almost hear the snap as schools of fish went in one direction or the other. And I noticed that there were just none of the normal reef shark around. And a shark came in very fast towards me, did a pass and went out again. And it was an oceanic whitetip. And I looked at the reef, and all I could think of was, first of all, I think I'd rather have my back to this than my front, because at least it'll bite my tank if it's going to bite anything. And secondly, all I could see from the reef was the dive guide, and there were just these big eyes as he was clinging to the reef and staring at me.
They won't circle you 60 feet, 70 feet away before they come in and check you out. They'll just come right on up and check you out.
When we surfaced, and the word went round, we'd been buzzed by a great white. It wasn't a great white, it was an oceanic whitetip.
Open ocean sharks generally will feed on whatever they can find because in the open ocean food is few and far between. During naval and aircraft disasters, sharks such as the oceanic whitetip or the blue shark are usually indicted as being the prime culprits of feeding on dead or dying or injured or any other type of survivors of these mishaps.
It's a very inquisitive shark, and because of it, in many places in the world, people are scared to death of it because it likes to investigate, usually with its mouth, what all the creatures are in the open ocean. So most of the things that it encounters, it eats.
It's a very wild environment, and respect is crucial in terms of our interactions with any wild animal, but especially so for some of these big and potentially aggressive sharks.